Meghan, you should be ashamed of yourself to show your face in public.
It's one of those extraordinary moments that will define Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in the same way that going ahead with the Oprah Winfrey interview while Prince Philip was dying in hospital literally did. Overnight, Thomas Markle was battling in surgery for his life in the Philippines. Save me your fake concern, Ms. Markle. Given your own father has had his leg removed, is in a foreign hospital, and you couldn't be bothered to get on a plane, but indeed, you couldn't have been bothered to pick up the phone. And I'm not surprised that your brother, Thomas Markle Jr., is completely outraged by the way that you have behaved.
Thomas Markle, 81 years old, faced a sudden nightmare. One day, his foot started turning blue, then darker, then black. Doctors didn't hesitate.
Kevin, take the titles away of these two ingrates, of these two idiots. Meghan Markle can't find a steamer to save her life. I'm sick of looking at Harry's bald spot. Who are you there to represent other than yourself? You are the two most entitled, self-obsessed.
Jordan royal family, King Abdullah and his eldest son, who have a close relationship with Charles and William, mind you, they swerved a meeting with the Sussexes. They completely ignored them.
She loves that because anything Harry, or rather William and Kate, does, they can do better. So William was in the Middle East only 2 weeks ago. Suddenly, Harry and Meghan are in the Middle East.
They told his son straight up, this was life or death. No treatments left. No time to wait. No miracle coming around the corner. The leg had to come off immediately to save him.
Meghan Markle's fake royal tour of the Middle East just got a hell of a lot worse. Not only are there Hamas connections, she is being slammed for the way that she dealt with this amputee girl, given that her own father is currently going through the process of being fitted for a prosthetic leg in the Philippines, and she hasn't been in touch with him at all.
What you do is jeopardize the monarchy, the real members of the British royal family. When you go do these trips, you don't do any of your due diligence. You end up at places associated with, a certified terrorist organization.
She loves that because anything Harry, or rather William and Kate, does, they can do better. So William was in the Middle East only 2 weeks ago. Suddenly, Harry and Meghan are in the Middle East.
It all happened in December, fast and brutal. The kind of emergency that shakes a family to its core in just hours. Today, Thomas Markle is in a hospital in the Philippines, pushing through grueling rehab.
In the principal's head, her father is now dead to her. And it was an astonishing briefing to me. And she has stuck by that. But I just remind everyone that until Harry came on the scene, she had a very close relationship with this man.
Learning to balance, stand, and walk again with a prosthetic leg, mostly on his own. Every step is a challenge. Every movement takes effort. Every day reminds him how close he came to losing everything.
All right, I do blame Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle, the shit stain of humanity. Yes, Meghan, and I hope you're watching right now. I hope you're watching, Meghan, because you are the shit stain of fucking humanity. You're a disgrace. And I hope people spit in your face when they see you walking down the street. I hope, they throw human feces at you because of how you really are as a person inside.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, a very different scene unfolded. This week, his daughter arrived in Jordan, entered a hospital room, sat next to a 14-year-old patient she had never met.
Meghan, as we know, is the queen of terrible timing. Anything that she seems to do seems to come with the most appalling timing, whether it's, from leaving the royal family itself into the teeth of COVID, or anything that she does seems to have this incredible failure to think through the context of what she's acting in.
Gently held her hand and let photographers capture every moment. Cameras flashed, headlines exploded, photos went viral almost instantly.
It's just, mind-boggling how you could just continue to walk through life and not even give the man a phone call and pay for the best medical care that dad needs right now. He's going through therapy, he's going through physical rehab. And, you know, we're going to have to get him fitted for a prosthetic here pretty soon and get that man walking again. So that's the goal. That's the priority. And I'm good doing that. And I hope next time, Meghan, that you see a disabled person or somebody who has, you know, only one leg, I hope you think real hard. And I hope karma beats the living Christ out of your mentality. Because God knows, Meghan, God knows. He's got a special place for you right next to that cabinet, you know? When you're not even gonna get up there, you know, you're going straight to hell.
The contrast is stark. An elderly father fighting for life, while a high-profile hospital visit played out abroad. People noticed the timing, and many think Queen Rania of Jordan knew just how closely everyone was watching.
Meghan's fake royal tour is backfiring tremendously. We have the footage, as well as the fact that the royal family of Jordan is snubbing them. They just wrapped up their royal tour over in Jordan. Harry and Meghan are there. And as footage is trickling in of them doing their charitable appearances, because as we all know, Harry and Meghan cannot do any charity unless there are cameras there.
Exclusive is extremely disturbing. Prince Harry and Meghan today visited a Jordanian youth centre run by an NGO whose listed staff had shared posts glorifying Hamas terrorists. Hamas is a designated terrorist organisation who approved this visit, and we know Harry and Meghan are signing up to the hard left playbook.
The timeline tells the story. December 2nd, 2025. Thomas Markle Sr., 81, living quietly in the Philippines, suddenly falls gravely ill. His son, Thomas Jr., rushes him to the hospital.
Ingrid Seward believes this all could spark some tension behind closed doors. I would think they've had some pretty fiery rows about this topic because it's not at all how Harry wanted to be. They said they were leaving the royal family because they wanted a more private life, and they have created anything but that for themselves. It appears they left family because they wanted a public life and earn money. There must have been some pretty strong agreements over the privacy issue. Harry understands it better than Meghan due to his own experiences as a child. For Markle, public visibility may supposedly feel more natural because she appears to love the Hollywood life and the fame that goes with it.
Scans reveal a shocking diagnosis, a dangerous blood clot. Circulation is failing. His foot turns blue, then black. Emergency surgery kicks in immediately.
It seemed a bit rich anyway for Meghan to be talking about how your Christmas tree ornaments can honour your family when they have gone to great lengths to cut off and be estranged from their family. But then, as you say, when really, if any social media was going to be put out last night by Meghan, maybe a note acknowledging what her father was going through would have been the way to go. Instead, it's this bizarre appearance by Harry on Colbert. I mean, it was, I think, phenomenally ill-judged.
3 intense hours later, surgeons amputate his leg below the knee, a life-saving move. Doctors didn't sugarcoat it. Life or death. Those words were shared publicly.
The king did meet with the leader of the World Health Organization that choreographed this trip for Harry and Meghan. There was a meeting between the World Health Organization and the royal family. It's just that the Duke and Duchess of Hamas were excluded from said trip.
Thomas Jr. later explained on camera how fast everything escalated, stressing that there was no other choice. He described the moment vividly. His father's foot turned blue and then black, and delay would have meant death. What happened next stirred even more talk. A spokesperson told People magazine that Meghan reached out to her father via a letter.
Jordan royal family, King Abdullah and his eldest son, who have a close relationship with Charles and William, mind you, they swerved a meeting with the Sussexes. They completely ignored them. I want to go through this along with other updates that happen, but let's start here because, yeah, they're out there in the capital, Amman, and they've been there late on Tuesday. They had a royal tour within hours, series of humanitarian visits to various charity organizations, providing countless photo opportunities, including an event at a British ambassador's residence with World Health Organization officials, which has been branded entirely inappropriate.
Described as correspondence, delivered through trusted contacts. No phone call, no hospital visit, just a letter sent through intermediaries to a man recovering from major surgery. Thomas Jr. spoke again last week, sparking discussion. He called it mind-boggling that his sister could keep up her daily life without making a direct call. He stressed that the family's focus now is helping their father adjust to a prosthetic leg and regain independence, step by step. And then Thomas Jr. dropped a line that caught serious attention. He said he hoped the next time Meghan meets a disabled person, she would think real hard.
They've been snubbed by Jordan's royal family, King Abdullah and his eldest son, who are close with Charles and William, and they have swerved meeting the Sussexes, which makes this visit, this trip to Jordan, just seem even more pointless than it ever was.
Imagine you are brought in as the celebrity ambassadors for who, and then the king is like, okay, let's meet. But don't bring your ambassadors. I'm only going to meet you. I don't want to meet them. That's not a good look for me. To meet your ambassadors who you've flown out and are there as the celebrities getting all the photo ops. No photo ops for them.
Just days later, photos surfaced showing her in a hospital in Jordan, holding the hand of a young patient she had never met. Here's what went down at the specialty hospital in Amman. Meghan and Harry visited offspring medically evacuated from Gaza, youngs dealing with real trauma, real loss, and intense recovery. Nobody's questioning the seriousness here. These weren't staged moments. These were families living through the harsh aftermath of war, facing survival in its rawest form. But the flashpoint that got the most reactions centered on Maria, a 14-year-old girl from Gaza. Her life was forever altered by an explosion that left her with severe burns and the loss of the toes on her right foot. Her injuries were so intense that medical teams often had to change her dressings under anesthesia because the pain was just unbearable.
They have literally millions of dollars, are boasting about how they are giving millions of dollars to charity and can't support their own father. It's an impossible. She has got herself into a terrible situation with her father, and leaving out the personal side of it, which I think obviously is very distressing. You know Thomas Markle Sr., so you probably have a different view on that, and I totally defer to you on that. But for me, just looking at it as just an empirical situation, she could not have handled this situation any worse.
Sometimes anesthesia wasn't even available. That alone shows the extreme hardships Maria endured. Procedures done while she suffered pain most of us can't even imagine. Her recovery has been long, exhausting, and emotionally draining for everyone involved. During the visit, cameras were rolling when Maria was asked to show her injuries to Meghan and Harry. Photographers were right there. The moment played out publicly, not privately, and viewers immediately started talking about what they noticed. Social media lit up fast, focusing less on the hospital visit itself and more on how the interaction looked on camera. One viral comment said, "Asking an amputee to show their injuries to disaster tourists is in bad taste." The clip caught Meghan's reaction in real time. For a brief moment, viewers noticed her expression shift. Not the polished smile audiences were used to, but something raw, human, and unguarded. Several people described it as visible discomfort, the kind of subtle reaction that slips through before any PR training can kick in. Another comment quickly spread.
She actually pushes past Prince Harry, the real member of the royal family, to go and meet the corrupted boss of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, before her husband. Watch. She just had to get in first. As Brittany of the Royal News Network posted, it remains completely inappropriate for Meghan to greet the Director General of the World Health Organization before Harry. Harry's father is the only reason they're there at all.
Her eyes show the truth. Observers couldn't ignore the timing. While her father was reportedly learning to walk again with a prosthetic leg, she was seated next to a young patient facing a similar reality thousands of miles away. The contrast became glaring for many online, and discussions erupted immediately. Meanwhile, Thomas Markle Sr. has still never met his grandchildren or Prince Harry. In an interview with the Mail on Sunday, he said he doesn't want to die separated from his daughter and stressed that he has never stopped loving her. Reports say that their communication came through a letter delivered by intermediaries. No direct phone calls, no personal visits. The royal dynamics surrounding the Jordan visit also grabbed attention. Queen Rania of Jordan attended the wedding of Prince William, Prince of Wales, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, highlighting long-standing ties between Jordan and the British royals. King Abdullah II has met King Charles III multiple times in London, showing decades of personal and diplomatic connection. Crown Prince Hussein shares a friendly rapport with William, and British royals attended his wedding as honored guests.
It's like, Charles, when are you going to act? When are you going to act? I mean, personally, Angela, I believe this was purposeful. I really do. I think they were making a political statement. I really do. And I do. I honestly do. I think they're on the hard left. They're radical leftists. I think they were making a political statement. But either way, it's disastrous because it either shows that they are being totally political, and that is going to bring more and more damage to the British royal family.
These relationships run deep, ceremonial, political, and personal, all rolled into one. Yet during Harry and Meghan's visit, the Jordanian king reportedly held separate meetings, including talks with Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus of the World Health Organization, without the Sussexes present. The organization hosting the visit secured royal engagement, but Harry and Meghan themselves didn't get a direct audience with the king. That same week, King Abdullah also met the Indonesian president, proving his schedule could accommodate high-level diplomatic meetings, just not one, including the Sussexes. Observers noticed another detail. Queen Rania never appeared publicly with them. No joint photos, no greetings, no acknowledgement, no shared engagement at all. The only Jordanian royal spotted near Harry and Meghan during the visit was Princess Basma bint Talal, the king's aunt. She showed up for just one engagement, one brief interaction, and then vanished from the story.
William is just so frustrated by this because now Meghan and Harry are getting all this positive press. Oh, look at the handwritten messages they gave to recovering addicts at the Why are you sharing your messages publicly? Why can't you do anything in private? Why must everything be a we want privacy tour while announcing everywhere you go?
For many observers, that absence was louder than any presence could be. In royal diplomacy, being seen matters, but being unseen, that can be a message all on its own. Some commentators argued it was simply scheduling conflicts with senior royals tied up in other commitments, but events during the same trip complicate that explanation. King Abdullah II met with global leaders and international officials, including Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, connected to the same WHO visit Harry and Meghan were attending, yet the couple wasn't included in that meeting. Observers saw this not as coincidence, but as a silent signal. No statements, no explanations, just a decision made quietly. In royal circles, silence can speak volumes, and many viewers were quick to read between the lines. Queen Rania of Jordan has a long history with Catherine, Princess of Wales, and knows how deeply Jordan matters to the Wales family. Analysts online immediately flagged the timing. Harry and Meghan arriving in the region just after Prince William finished an official visit to Saudi Arabia, and noticed something striking. Queen Rania didn't publicly engage with them at all. No photos, no welcome moment, only silence. One clip from the trip went viral fast. When Harry and Meghan arrived at a WHO roundtable to meet Dr. Tedros, cameras caught Meghan stepping ahead of Harry to greet him first. The moment lasted just seconds, but viewers replayed it over and over, analyzing every move. Prince Harry, son of King Charles III, carried the royal connection that got them the invite, yet Meghan moved first. Commenters reacted immediately. One wrote, "It remains completely inappropriate for Meghan to greet the Director General before Harry." Another added, "Harry's father is the reason they're there at all."
Confusing Jordan tour saw Meghan trying to cosplay and dress like Angelina Jolie. And there are a couple of moments where there are comparisons there. There's Angelina Jolie playing soccer just like Meghan did. I do think she's been on the Google. But of course, the crazed stunts were back as well. This from Tom of the Royalist Substack. Meghan Markle dispensed affirmation today as she and Prince Harry concluded their Jordan tour by pinning handwritten notes to a wall at a rehab centre in Amman.
Later, at the same roundtable, another moment sparked discussion. Harry held a blue card with prepared remarks, ready to speak, but Meghan took the microphone instead. Viewers studying the footage described Harry's expression as tense, caught somewhere between surprise and quiet resignation. Throughout the visit, additional clips showed Meghan reaching for Harry's hand multiple times in public. Several viewers noticed Harry subtly pulling his hand away more than once, and these weren't royal experts giving analysis, just ordinary viewers watching closely, sharing what they believed they saw unfold in real time. The situation got even more intense because perception varied wildly depending on who was watching. Official press framed the visit as humanitarian, respectful, carefully organized. But outside that narrative, viewers online pieced things together frame by frame, spotting details the headlines never mentioned. Social media clips circulated showing small gestures, pauses, and body language moments that many felt revealed far more than any press release ever could. One viewer wrote, "You can learn more from 5 seconds of footage than from a full article." That idea spread fast, turning casual observers into armchair analysts examining every handshake, glance, and step. The discussion wasn't just about protocol or hierarchy, it became about perception, how public figures balance compassion with cameras. Some praised the focus on injured offspring and humanitarian work, saying visibility matters and can lead to real support. Others questioned whether the presence of cameras altered moments that should have been deeply private and medical.
Angela Levin, who is very personally touched on this issue as a Jewish woman. And Angela, you're disgusted by this, aren't you? Horrified. A new low for Harry and Meghan and a new massive problem, I would argue, for the British royal family.
Yeah, shocked and disgusted. I think it's terrible because are they there because they wanted to be there and they believe in Hamas?
One recurring observation online focused on how carefully staged many public moments seemed. Photographers were already in position before arrivals. Camera angles looked planned in advance. Several commentators argued that the visit felt less like spontaneous humanitarian work and more like a visual story designed for global eyes. One post read, "Nothing about this looked accidental." Whether fair or not, that perception kept the debate alive. At the same time, comparisons popped up between traditional royal visits and Harry and Meghan's independent appearances since stepping back from official duties. Supporters said they were redefining modern humanitarian work, free from old royal systems. Critics argued that without formal royal structure, every interaction risked looking personal rather than institutional, which put them under heavier scrutiny. Observers also noticed Prince Harry often staying quieter during group moments, letting Meghan lead conversations and greetings. Some saw this as partnership and teamwork. Others read it as tension or unease. One viral comment said, "He looks like he's watching everything unfold instead of driving it." That idea spread fast, adding yet another layer to the conversation. Meanwhile, international audiences scrutinized how local leaders engaged, or didn't, throughout the visit. In diplomacy, symbolism matters. A handshake, a joint appearance, or shared photos signals endorsement. The absence of these gestures became part of the story, making people wonder if this trip carried the same weight as a traditional royal tour. Timing amplified the drama. Every image from Jordan went online, while discussions about family tensions back in Britain continued dominating headlines.
That her father was in some way abusive towards her, excusing her decision to become estranged from him while leaving him unable to respond from beyond the grave. Now, in a conversation with the journalist Rob Shooter of Shooter Scoop, they say that this is something that has been talked about for some time behind the scenes, and that's why they've put it into the public domain to try and protect Thomas and to suggest that Thomas gets his story straight before his death. Now, in fairness, Lady C, as far as I'm aware, Meghan has never suggested anything of the sort.
The contrast was striking. Humanitarian outreach on one side, unresolved family issues on the other. As clips spread across platforms, it became clear people weren't just watching events. They were reading motives, questioning intentions, and forming opinions based on what they saw with their own eyes. One question kept surfacing everywhere. How did this trip really work behind the scenes, and who was controlling it from start to finish? The visit was organized under the World Health Organization, but unlike traditional royal tours, media access was tightly controlled. Harry and Meghan traveled with one carefully chosen reporter and one photographer from their own team. No open press pool. That meant nearly every image released came through a controlled lens, not independent coverage. Viewers also noticed a familiar face popping up repeatedly, former staffer James Holt, documenting the visit from multiple angles. Almost every published photo focused on Meghan, highlighting her reactions, movements, and interactions above everything else. Nothing felt random. Everything looked curated. Reports suggested that the Archewell Foundation contributed around $500,000 to humanitarian projects in Jordan. Big donations like that often come with what organizations call donor stewardship visits, chances for contributors to see programs firsthand and meet the people being helped. On paper, it makes sense. But another question immediately popped up: who covered the rest of the trip? People started asking about flights, security teams, hotels, transportation, production crews, wardrobe changes, and the massive logistics needed for a high-profile visit like this. These details rarely make headlines, but they often represent the biggest costs of any international appearance. Online viewers noticed the contrast with earlier reports that the Sussexes had downsized operations after restructuring Archewell. Staff cuts and project shifts reportedly followed heavy financial demands. Projects once promoted in the UK quietly ended, making the Jordan visit, complete with motorcades, police protection, and coordinated media coverage, stand out even more. Many summed it up in one question: someone had to pay for all of this. Two moments from the trip got far less attention than expected. First, Peter Hall, the British ambassador to Jordan, publicly welcomed Harry and Meghan and hosted them at his official residence. During that reception, they were introduced using their full royal titles: HRH Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and HRH Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. That detail caught political commentators' eyes because earlier palace agreements said those HRH titles wouldn't be used commercially after they stepped back from official duties. Former Minister Tom Tugendhat openly asked whether private citizens should be hosted with royal styling at an ambassador's residence. His point quickly spread online. What message does this send internationally? For many viewers, the reception suggested that, despite internal palace rules, parts of the British establishment still treat Harry and Meghan as active members of the royal framework. Analysts argued that this symbolism ultimately ties back to decisions made by King Charles III, not individual diplomats. The second under-the-radar moment came on day 2, when Harry and Meghan toured the King Hussein Cancer Center, one of the region's leading treatment facilities. Timing drew extra attention because both King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales, have faced cancer diagnoses in recent years, with Catherine now reportedly in remission. Observers quickly noticed something striking. Even while visiting a cancer treatment center, Harry and Meghan made no public remarks about either King Charles III or Catherine, Princess of Wales. That silence sparked a new wave of online debate, adding yet another layer to a trip already loaded with symbolism, questions, and scrutiny. No mentions of family, just cameras rolling, one tightly controlled reporter, and handwritten notes pinned like evidence. A story carefully curated for public eyes. Every shot was planned, every frame controlled. Viewers only saw what someone wanted them to see. Meanwhile, Thomas Markle Sr. is in the Philippines, living through life-altering challenges every single day, learning to walk again, adjusting to a prosthetic leg, facing physical pain and mental strain most of us can't imagine. And his daughter? Instead of being there in person during this critical moment, she sent a letter through intermediaries. A message passed like it was a formal memo, not a call to her father fighting for life. Then, almost immediately, she flew thousands of miles to Jordan, walked into a hospital, and sat beside a young offspring amputee. Every movement captured, every glance recorded, every hand held documented for cameras. Meanwhile, Queen Rania of Jordan, a woman who sees real compassion every day in Catherine, Princess of Wales, chose not to appear. She knew the optics, she knew the story, and she stayed silent. Some silences speak louder than words. Thomas Markle Jr. said it bluntly on camera. He hopes karma eventually catches up with his sister's mindset. His words spread fast, igniting social media debates, comment section arguments, and conversations in living rooms around the world. After all that unfolded in Jordan this week, one question stands above the rest. Do public actions reveal a person's true character? Can gestures, appearances, and choices captured on camera tell the real story behind the headlines? That answer is up to you. Every comment matters. Your voice is part of the conversation. This isn't about spin. It's not about polished headlines or PR statements. It's about timelines, raw footage, and moments mainstream media hopes everyone forgets. From letters delivered through intermediaries to silent absences and carefully staged interactions, The truth is layered, undeniable, and staring right at you. If you watch this and have thoughts, drop them in the comments below. If this breakdown made you see things differently, hit subscribe and stay locked in for more deep dives like this. Don't forget to like the video and share it with someone who needs to see it.